Jayden Daniels' rookie season truly rewrote the record books this year because I have never seen such a phenomenal season from a rookie quarterback. I mean, making it all the way to the NFC Championship game and winning 2 important road playoff games is something that is truly special, as well as beating the #1 seeded Detroit Lions on the road in the divisional round. You guys cannot lie, that was amazing. And throughout the whole season, Jayden Daniels has been doing stuff that's absolutely insane as a rookie. I mean, he's been beating great teams, he's been putting up numbers on the stat sheet, and this season is all around phenomenal. Honestly, I believe you can make the argument that this is the greatest rookie quarterback season of all time, and I'm here to go ahead and tell the story of how the Washington Commanders got so good, landed Jayden Daniels, and how they had such a great season and what I expect for them going into the future. Before I get into it, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated to go ahead and help out the channel. We are so very close to 5K subscribers, and I'm finally gonna lock in. But to fully tell the story, we have to go all the way back to last year when the owner of the Commanders sold the team. That's what tells the full story. When Dan Snyder was the owner of the Washington football team, or the Washington Commanders, whatever you want to go ahead and call it, they were known for 2 things: bad culture and bad football. They were not good whatsoever. And the turning point of that was when Josh Harris went ahead and bought the franchise in the summer of 2023. That means there was some new ownership in there. Other people own part of the Commanders. Magic Johnson's part of the owner. There's a whole bunch of people as new owners of the organization. Also, they went ahead and made some new hirings, as well as getting a new owner. GM they went ahead and hired was the assistant general manager for the San Francisco 49ers at the time, that being Adam Peters. He helped went ahead and draft guys like George Kittle, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, and even Brock Purdy. And of course, as you guys know, these picks right here went ahead and helped the 49ers make 2 Super Bowl appearances, both being against the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, that being Super Bowl 54 in the most recent Super Bowl that just passed. He was hired in January as long as with a new head coach, that being Dan Quinn. Now, Dan Quinn has a history. He was the Atlanta Falcons head coach. We all know he choked in the Super Bowl 28-3. And then after he got fired from Atlanta, he was the Dallas defensive coordinator for a hot minute, and he really did a good job with that Dallas defense. They really improved after being one of the worst defenses in the league. They went up in a ton of stats. Scoring defense was much better. They put a ton of points on the board. They had a ton of takeaways, and that defense in Dallas was just all around solid. So he landed himself a new head coaching job, and these 2 hirings have been great. With these 2 hirings, Dan Quinn and Adam Peters were working together all offseason up till April, which we all know what comes in April, the NFL draft. And with the 2nd overall pick in the NFL draft, with them being so bad last year, they went ahead and selected Jayden Daniels out of LSU, an amazing quarterback who just coming off of a Heisman level season, who also won the Heisman Trophy. Well, let's just say, based off the title of this video, it was a very, very good pick. In the beginning of the regular season, we saw Jayden Daniels do something that we really haven't seen before. Well, we have seen it before, but some of the NFL legends have done it. We've seen Jayden Daniels be very efficient on offense, not turning over the ball whatsoever and having a great completion percentage. He actually goes down in history as one of the best, starting off like this, is having such a great passer rating and not turning over the ball whatsoever, because this Commander team was not punting at all. They were putting all the points up on the board. The first game where we truly saw that this man had potential was a game versus Cincinnati on Monday night, where he threw for 254 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He had a rushing TD, and he had this game-winning touchdown to Terry McLaurin. That's how a lot of people knew that Jayden Daniels, this guy was going to be special. And the Commanders, well, they didn't just continue to win. Jayden Daniels also continued to put up some great numbers. He continued to go ahead and beat good teams and just put up the stats. The only game where he went ahead and didn't play was a game versus Carolina, where he did start, but he went ahead and got injured. Then we saw a game versus Chicago, which this is where the Jayden Daniels clutch gene and the clutch heroics really came in, I feel like, for sure. Because besides that game-winning touchdown in Cincinnati, he went ahead and got this Hail Mary to Noah Brown. Yes, it was a very lucky play that the ball bounced back and the Bears were being stupid, but hey, still, a Hail Mary like this, they were calling this the Washington Miracle. Like, this is something special right here, and the Commanders would keep winning football games. I would say that his worst game was a Thursday night game at Philadelphia, which he still was facing a little bit of an injury. He only threw 191 yards and an interception, and that passing touchdown was also in garbage time. Another thing that makes Jayden Daniels so special is the fact that he's able to play so well against the blitz. Now, you would think a rookie quarterback would struggle against the blitz. Jayden Daniels, no, he doesn't struggle against the blitz whatsoever. With his ability to run the ball so well and being that athletic quarterback, he has a passer rating of 114.4 versus the blitz, which is the highest mark with a rookie quarterback since 2016. And for the season totals, with him pretty much missing that full game versus Carolina and him not playing much in that game versus Dallas towards the end of the year, he finished the season with 3,568 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 191 rushing yards, and 6 rushing touchdowns. And now it's time to go over the reason why I truly believe Jayden Daniels' season was so special. Playoff run where he won all these playoff games, especially them being on the road, was truly amazing. Let's break them down. First off, we gotta talk about the wild card game at Tampa Bay, because this game was all around electric. Jayden Daniels in this game, first off, he had 13 16 carries for 36 rushing yards. He's showing off that ability to go ahead and run against that Tampa Bay Todd Bowles blitz once again. He finished the game with 268 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns in this game. Well, it was also a great one. This game came down to the final minutes and Jayden Daniels let that game-winning drive for Zane Gonzalez to make that 37-yard field goal, ladies and gentlemen. The heroics of Jayden Daniels showed up once again in this football game. And then we got the game versus Detroit, man. Not a lot of people expected them to go ahead and win this game, especially with how dominant Detroit has been. This game was back and forth in the beginning, but the second quarter, the whole team started turning up. The defense started playing really well, forcing the Lions to turn over the ball. I mean, hey, Jared Goff had 3 interceptions this game, and even Jameson Williams had one. The Commanders defense was out here balling. But Daniels, of course, did his work too. He had 51 yards on the ground with 16 carries, again, proving that he can go ahead and go and do well versus the blitz. We see the first 2 teams that he played in the playoffs are great teams that blitz a lot. And guess what? He was tearing them up. He almost had 300 yards passing with 299, 2 passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Commanders won dominantly 45-31. Daniels showing that he is truly built different and went ahead and beat up the #1 seed in the NFC conference. Most people's favorites to go ahead and win the Super Bowl. Now, this wasn't Jayden Daniels' best game, I will not lie. And you know what? It's okay, because he's playing the ton of the toughest defenses in the NFL. Now, I wouldn't put the reason why they lost this football game on Jayden Daniels. He did have an interception, but they also had, you know, the fumbled punt return and the Diami Brown fumble. So, you know, I'm not putting this loss on Jayden Daniels. Their defense did not play well in this game. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles were able to put 55 points on the Commanders defense, which isn't good whatsoever. Daniels, I mean, he had an all right game. They weren't really able to do much on offense through this game, but hey, it's your first NFC Championship game. I can't get too mad at you for losing a game like this. Hey, making it to the NFC Championship game shouldn't even happen as a rookie. So you know what? Shout out to JD. I truly believe this season for Jayden Daniels was the best quarterback rookie season of all time. I mean, making it all the way to the NFC Championship and having these clutch genes is definitely something that you want to see. Now, for the future of this Commanders team, this is what I believe is going to happen, because, you know, there's some moves in free agency I feel like they should be intrigued in making this offseason and make this team even better, since they have a ton of cap space. I mean, you guys saw that defense get absolutely destroyed by Philadelphia. What about trading for Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett is one of the best defensive players of all time. Adding this guy to a Commanders defense who needs another guy on the edge would be perfect. Getting a guy on this defense proves that you are a serious defensive team. And, you know, Dan Quinn had Micah Parsons when he was in Dallas, so I know he knows how to use defensive players really well. So adding Myles Garrett to the defense would all around make it showing that you're a serious team in the NFL and you're a serious defensive unit going forward, because we all know how great this defense would be if they added Garrett. Now, of course, the wide receiver room's great, but who knows? Maybe you could add a guy like Cooper Kupp or T. Higgins if he doesn't re-sign with Cincinnati. Cooper Kupp, he's a veteran guy. Yes, I know he's been hurt recently, but hey, having Terry McLaurin and Cooper Kupp and the other guys that got in the wide receiver room would be great, because I genuinely truly believe they need another guy besides Terry McLaurin. I mean, Brown had some great games in there. He definitely stepped it up, but besides them two, they definitely need another receiver. Zach Ertz, he's a great tight end. They need some more receiving threats, though. I think one more guy is able to bring the offense over the top for sure. I think if the team makes some good moves in free agency with all the cap space they got, they're able to go ahead and be a contending team once again. And I think going forward, they should be viewed as a serious team in the NFC, especially depending on what they do in free agency, because like I said, they got a ton of money. They got a ton of moves that they're able to go ahead and make. Truly, I believe Jayden Daniels is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He showed me that much off his rookie year. I hope he does not have a sophomore slump like CJ Stroud did this year. But you know what? Their offense was just kind of bland this year. They had a ton of injuries and offensive line problems in Houston. So as long as the Commanders don't go through any major injuries and Cliff Kingsbury keeps some things new as usual, and I truly believe that this Commander team is going to have a shot year in and year out as long as all the pieces stay. I will admit Cliff Kingsbury staying there and not taking that Saints job is huge for them, because I don't like Cliff Kingsbury as a head coach, but I feel like he is perfect as an offensive coordinator. And I believe we truly saw the best of that this year in the NFL. So shout out to Cliff as well. But yeah, Jayden Daniels, the greatest quarterback rookie season of all time. I mean, what can I really say? He had an amazing one, man. He truly balled out, and I expect him to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback eventually in his career. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop a like and follow. It's very much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next one coming very, very soon.